Can't believe it, I'm alive again. I'm super live. Those of you who don't know me, which is 99% of you, my name's Jose Trujillo. I'm the world's greatest living artist. Yeah, that's my name. World's greatest living artist. Good day, guys. I am back. I just got some Jimmy Johns. I'm all talking about like, man, stay fit and blah, 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 because that's what I'm going to do. And then I go get myself some Jimmy. Hey, that's the only thing I have around right now. It's the closest thing to my studio that I feel like it's not a burger. Oh my God, I can't do that stuff. I need to go work out and stuff. I do some videos of me working out where you guys can see that I'm actually doing what I'm talking about. Like working out and stuff. So guys, I wanted to talk to you right now since I'm like driving back and whatnot. I like to kill a couple of birds with the same stone. I want to talk to you about why I think Picasso was a genius. I was thinking about how Picasso was a freaking genius. Damn right he was. I was like, why do I think that Picasso was such a genius? I know a lot of people don't like him. I get it, you know. Misogyny and muy loco, very local guy. But aside from that, right? Aside from that, very, very intelligent guy. I think intelligence comes from work ethic. I personally believe that. This is why Einstein said that the balance of life was like riding a bicycle. In order to keep the balance, you got to keep moving, right? You got to keep pedaling. That life was like a bicycle. Not like a box of chocolates, like Forrest Gump said. It's like a bicycle. I didn't say that. Einstein did. If you want to keep a balance, you got to keep moving, right? I think Picasso was a master at that. As a matter of fact, if you know someone's name, think of anyone. Justin Timberlake, Madonna, anyone. Think any artist, any musician, think anyone. Their strength is not their talent. Their strength is that they move at a speed that most people would just barf. We would probably vomit at the speed they move. They're hummingbirds. I like to see them as hummingbirds. They're vibrating at a different frequency. This is not a popular subject. I know a lot of people are like, follow your dreams, you can do it. Yes, you can. It is attainable, but you gotta vibrate at that frequency. And I'm not talking about some spiritual frequency. It might be spiritual for all I know. I don't know. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a physical frequency that... They're doers, guys. They're doers. They're people that do. You know, they're doers. They're not thinkers. They're not thinkers. They say yes to life. They're very much... When I hear them talk, they even sound meek. You know? They sound meek. They sound like there's not much. They're not philosophers. It doesn't sound like there's much going on up here. And I'm not being disrespectful by that. I'm just saying that they don't spend much time upstairs. Most of their time is spent downstairs. They don't spend much time upstairs, you know? And I think that that's what makes them invincible. That's what makes them so great. There's so many people. By the way, it doesn't mean that if you're a thinker, you can't be a doer. Of course, Einstein is great proof of that, right? He was someone who did a lot of thinking, but was also a doer. He was a doer. He was constantly working, constantly giving talks, constantly writing, right? He didn't always spend... He was moving. He was moving. The balance of life is moving. What a beautiful quote. I started out by talking about Picasso, and I'm mesmerized by Einstein's quote. Einstein was more than a scientist. I think he was a bit of a sage. I think he acquired a lot of wisdom, not just intelligence, in his life. lot of the stuff he said was very, very wise. It was almost like listening to a sage, one of those wise men talk. He wasn't throwing facts, He wasn't throwing facts around. He was giving experiential advice, experiential, it was a different type. It's a different type of knowledge. I'm always talking about this. Book knowledge and experiential knowledge. Experiential is shit you know. There's stuff you just know. For example, book knowledge is A, B, and C. Experiential knowledge is something you went through, right? Something you went through. You love someone. You loved someone. Someone passed away in your life. That's experiential. That's not knowledge. That's not book knowledge. That's experiential. You know the stages of grief. You know what that is, right? You've been in there. You swam in it. You've got in the pool. And Einstein had a lot of deal with that. And I think the reason why, again, just like Picasso, they were moving. They were doing. Doers, the good ones, because there's a lot of bad doers, right? Busy bees that are just, shouldn't be moving. Now, those fuckers shouldn't be moving. Those should be thinkers. But it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful to see the doers that they're doing is positive impact in the world. Mother Teresa was a doer. A lot of people don't see Mother Teresa as a doer. My God, she was always busy taking care of people physically. It wasn't from a laptop, and it wasn't from sending letters. And those of you who are like, well, there was no laptops. She wasn't sending letters. I'm sure she was doing that, but that's not what she was doing. She was in front of someone physically doing something, taking care of the ill, taking care of the children, right? And these people that are doers, that vibrate at a higher frequency. In order for things to happen, I am convinced that we must vibrate at a higher frequency. As Jeff Koons, the great, I think he's great. Jeff Koons says we have a fundamental problem. Fundamental problem, I think he said. That's the word. He said we're not aggressive enough. And I couldn't fucking agree more. We are not aggressive enough. I'm not talking about violence or negativity. No, we are not aggressive enough. We don't go with conviction after what we want. We sit in the back. We sit on the bleachers. We're not in the arena. Many times that's the problem. Not many times. Always that is the problem. We want something, but we don't get in the trenches. We're in the bleachers. We're back there, looking at things, hoping that they come our way. We are not aggressive enough. I hope my hopes are that whoever watches this gets ignited, as I'm getting ignited, and become more aggressive towards what you want. I'll leave you with that. My name's Jose Trujillo. I gotta eat some Jimmy John's now. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.